Hello, I'm WernerSobe and this is the Advanced Firing Solution tutorial about how to engage targets without visual contact. Let me present the situation. It is early morning and because of the bad weather outside, I'm submerged at about 80 feet. My sonar man has recently reported a closing acoustic contact at a long range bearing 321. I assume it is an enemy merchant, and due to the bad visibility conditions, I will try to attack it using sonar only. At first I want to locate the vessel and order my sonar man to follow the contact and report bearing. To locate the target, I need bearing and range. I can find the range by sending a ping in target's direction.
3, 2, 5.
Pushing the Send to TDC button indicates the range in my command log in yards. There is always a small error involved, so I have to ping the target a couple of times in order to get a good approximation. From the command log, I can see that the target is about 5,000 yards away and bearing 325. Target is located. At the same time, I need to start a stopwatch for later speed calculation. Now I want to mark target's location on the map using compass and protractor. Bearing of 325 means that the target is 35 degrees to port, and range of 5,000 yards means it's 2.5 miles away. My next task will be to find the course of the target. Therefore, I will locate the target on the map again after about 5 minutes. I will speed up the waiting using time compression.
7. Closing!
Now I am getting the new location by pinging the target and paying attention to the new bearing.
Merchant! Bearing! 3, 3, 1. Closing!
Looks like the new location is bearing 330 and 4,000 yards away. That means 30 to port and 2 miles for the range. Now I have two different locations and can plot the course by drawing a line between those two marks. In order to have a good firing position, I want to place the boat right angled to target's course.
Merchant! Bearing! 3, 2, 8. Closing!
The firing range looks fine to me, so I decide to stop here. Anyway, I want to locate the target for the third time to improve the course once more.
Merchant, bearing 299. Closing.
This time the target is bearing 299 at 3000 yards, meaning 61 to port and 1.5 mile for the range. I can now place a third mark, and as you can see they are not exactly in a line. That's because of sonar error. I can improve the course by estimating it between the marked locations. The more location mark I have, the more accurate will my plotting be. My next task will be to find target's speed. Therefore, I need another location and the time when this location is taken.
Merchant, bearing 302. Closing. Merchant, bearing 306. Closing. Merchant, bearing 307.
So the new location is bearing 307, about 2,700 yards away, and I took it exactly 15 minutes after I took the first one. Now I need the distance the target has traveled between the first and the last location. I read 1.3 miles. Divided by 15 and multiplied by 60. Now I use my calculator. I get a speed of 5.2 knots. I can round it to 5. At the same time, I can estimate the angle and bow. This is easy since I have placed the boat right angular to target's course.
Merchant!
So let's set up the speed first. Because bearing is about 310, I guess the angle and bow to about 40. Now I have all needed information and it's time to activate the position keeper. Basically it will anticipate bearing change. That is usually done by the periscope when aiming at the target visually. To improve the solution, I need to locate the target a couple more of times, but this time there is no need in more marks. I can send true bearing and range directly into Position Keeper by pushing a code and buttons. The Position Keeper will automatically update the firing solution based on new information.
Merchant, bearing, 315, closing. Merchant, bearing, 316, closing.
Now let's take a look at my firing solution on TTC map. The white cross represents a target, the white line represents its course. The green line is a predicted torpedo run. I'm not happy with angle and bow. It should be about 50 now. The Position Keeper has now updated solution with new angle. Now, while the target is approaching a good firing angle, I have some time to update my solution with more fresh data.
Merchant, bearing, 319, closing. Merchant, bearing, 320, closing.
Now it is time to set up the fish. I don't know much about the target, so I'm going to fire a salve of 2 in small spread, just to increase the hit chance in case the target is small. I can now disarm the bomb, sorry. You can see better how the solution develops in time compression. The optimal firing angle is almost reached. Now it's time for final solution update.
4-1, constant distance. Merchant, bearing, 342, constant distance. Merchant, bearing, 343, constant distance. Merchant, bearing, 344, constant distance. Merchant, bearing, 345, constant distance.
Now it's time to fire the fish. I will set the first torpedo a little bit to the left and fire. And the second torpedo a little bit to the right. And fire. Now we can watch the show and see if I can hit anything actually. This is the second one. And this is the first one.
3, 5, 4. Constant distance. Merchant, bearing. 3,
Second
5,
one again.
5. Constant distance. Merchant, bearing. 3, 5, 6. Constant distance.
I'm going to follow this one just in case.
Merchant,
This is the second
bearing.
one.
3, 5, 7. Constant distance.
Ah, look, there she
Torpedo
is.
impact.
And the first impact. And the second one looks good too.
Merchant, bearing. 3, 5, 8. Constant distance. Torpedo
And the
impact.
second one.
Merchant, bearing. 3, 5, 9.
Well, I
Constant
hope you have enjoyed
Merchant,
the tutorial
bearing.
and
0.
I wish you
Constant
good
distance.
hunting. Bye bye.